As Meghan Markle closed out the final episode of her Archetypes podcast, she did not reveal whether she intends to continue the $18 million show, leaving fans uncertain as to its future. The Duchess of Sussex signed off her 12th and last episode with a defiant piece of poetry about survival, adding that she had felt seen during the recording process. Meghan did not, however, specify whether she intended to return for a second series. The podcast explored the labels and tropes that try to hold women back. Meghan quoted Greek post-war poet Dinos Christianopoulos at the end of the last episode, and said, "What didn't you do to bury me? But you forgot that I was a seed." Some fans on social media hypothesized that a final remark also took aim at her time with the royal family, when Meghan addressed the possibility of appearing on a reality show. She said she will not appear in such a show, adding that she stopped watching the Real Housewives series due to her life having its own level of drama. The Duchess docuseries on Netflix will reportedly begin airing next week, and promises a focus on her and Prince Harry's own story since they left life as frontline royals. The last episode of the podcast saw Meghan invite male guests onto the show for the first time, after admitting that Harry had encouraged her to broaden the scope of the show's guests. Meghan commented, "It also occurred to me, truth be told, at the suggestion of my husband, if we really want to shift how we think about gender and the limiting labels that we separate people into, then we have to broaden the conversation. We have to actively include men," she said. The episode was named, "Manifesting a Cultural Shift." Meghan spoke to talk show host and TV producer Andy Cohen, comedian Trevor Noah and director, producer and screenwriter Judd Apatow. During the episode, the Duchess and the guests noted how men can play an impactful role in the collective effort to move beyond stereotypes, pointing out their roles in the media, and for some, as husbands and fathers. The Duchess of Sussex looked at how we can change our thinking and go beyond the limits of the archetypes she has previously discussed. In particular, she pointed to the significance of gender stereotypes that keep us really limited. Some examples she gave were that women are weak, emotional or oversensitive, and men are overbearing and dominant. Both Spotify had previously reportedly become impatient with Harry and Meghan's rate of output during the production process, according to In Touch Weekly. 12 episodes were recorded over the span of 2 years. The podcast first launched in August when Meghan sat down with her friend and tennis pro Serena Williams. In the months that have followed, the Duchess has spoken with the likes of pop star Mariah Carey, TV personality Paris Hilton, and the First Lady of Canada, Sophie Gregoire-Trudeau. Following the first episode, Archetypes hit the #1 spot on Spotify's charts in 6 worldwide markets, including the US and the UK. The podcast has since dropped in the charts, but continued to attract millions of listeners globally.